Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. Yes, we're back. So, we're going to talk about Queen Bee wanting to capture the spotlight from Brandy and Monica. Or at least, that is what I believe that this woman was trying to do and might have been very well in her intention to do. Let's talk about it, right? Because as you guys know, Beyonce, she attended the Boys Mind tour. This is Brandy and Monica. We know Brandy and Monica. We grew up with them. They gave us soulful music when there was no one else giving us those soulful music. Like, they were there with us through our first heartbreak, first love, first crush, you name it. It was Brandy and Monica, right? And that time the music industry was really, really good. Or at least that's what we like to think, right? It was good at that point. So Brandy and Monica, over the years, we've heard that the two, they've had minor disagreements back and forth. But we saw them together at one point and we just loved what we see because those were two people that we loved equally and we could not choose between the two. Normally we're able to pick between two people, but when it comes to Brandy and Monica, ain't no choosing, honey. Give us the duo. We don't want the single. Give us the duo. We want them as a duo. And they listened to their fan base and they decided that, okay, you guys have been asking us for this for years. We're going to finally give you guys that tour that you guys have been asking us for. And they made the tour happen. So naturally, with two legends, because they're legends, of course, don't argue with me. Argue with your mommy, okay? So they're legends, of course. So, once the legends are on tour, they're creating an historic moment. Everyone has been going to their show, Riri, you name it. Patti LaBelle, who else? We've seen a lot of people, a lot of legends and icons attending the Boys Mind tour. So who is not going to want to miss out on that tour? Beyonce, because irrespective of the fact that she might not be friends with Brandy, when it comes to music, Beyonce is going to always pay tribute. She's always going to pay homage. And she has a lot of respect for Brandy and Monica, irrespective of the fact that she never took any photos with Brandy, because there's a lot going on from the past as it relates to Brandy and Jay-Z and Brandy and Beyonce, because it is said that it was Brandy who was whispering in Kelly's ear to quit Destiny's Child, because Brandy believed that Kelly was being held back in Destiny's Child because Beyonce was always being shoved to the forefront. And then it wasn't just Brandy who believed that. A lot of people were in Kelly's ear telling Kelly to quit the group. And then when Matthew realized that people were telling Kelly to quit the group and Kelly was actually thinking about quitting the group, which many people don't know, that's when they started giving each girls their own individual, role in the group that would sing a verse. Matthew was like, okay, all right, we're going to take the chance and give you all a verse. Because we don't want Kelly to be out of here, and Michelle does make up the group because people realize that, Michelle was always in the background, but what pulled Michelle to the forefront was her authenticity. Many people gravitate, that's the only frequency you cannot manipulate, authenticity. People will always gravitate towards authenticity. So Matthew Knowles realized that, okay, people loved Kelly's voice, people love Michelle's voice. Not only do they love Michelle's voice, they love Michelle's persona. So let's give each person their verse and let's appear to be more fair to the public, right? So Destiny's Child went on. We realized there was some amount of balance when they came back and we were like, good, let's go on with the show, right? Now fast forward to Brandy and Monica, they're on tour. Beyonce wasn't going to miss that for the world. She wasn't going to miss it for the world. But we know that Beyonce showed up. She did not take any photos with Brandy, and it caused a lot of controversy. Ray J hacked into Brandy's account. That was Ray J. Anyone with a functioning brain knows that was Ray J, because The internet was saying it was Ray J. We saw the following show where Brandy and Monica seized Ray J's phone because they were like, okay, he means well, what we need to seize our phone because we know Ray J is very problematic, right? So they seized Ray J's phone and all of that jazz the following night. But someone in my comments said something, and it's something that I've been saying for a while. And when I say it, people tell me not to say it because what you're saying, it's not true. It is true. But you guys are not paying attention to who Beyonce is. Beyonce is a snake. She is a snake. She is a snake. Beyonce is a snake. Okay? She doesn't give snake in the sense that she is very malicious in her intention. She goes around and make people life a living hell. But Beyonce is quietly strategic. Beyonce didn't just go to that show to support Brandy and Monica. She went to that show to remind people that amongst the legend, there's another legend, which is her. So she basically went to that woman's show to one up on her. You know what my subby said in the comment section? When Kelly is on tour, we don't see Beyonce showing up in the crowd supporting Kelly. If she shows up, we don't see it. Is that subscriber telling a lie? Absolutely not. And the other day, when Candace Owens was dragging Beyonce and saying that Beyonce got, was it $45 million allegedly for a 3 minutes pathetic speech. And remember when Tina Knowles got that video removed from Instagram for fact check? And I said, know that Beyonce is getting dragged and she is being put in the spotlight for something negative. She's gonna cling on to Michelle. And what did we see a few days after? She showed up to Broadway to support Michelle, and all these years Michelle was doing other things and she never showed up. I dare you to prove me that Beyonce has showed up before that to support Michelle. I dare you to prove me wrong. I dare you to prove me wrong because I know I'm not wrong. But if I'm wrong, I digress. No, but seriously, I said, know that the internet is talking about Beyonce in a negative manner. She's gonna try to balance the energy. And who's more authentic of them all in the group? Michelle. That's what I said in that video. And I said, look for her to gravitate towards Michelle. She's gonna show up to support Michelle and she's gonna act as though she's always there supporting Michelle. But if we're being honest, is she always there to support Michelle? Absolutely not. No, she's not always there to support Michelle. She only does it whenever she wants to balance the negativity that's coming her way. Michelle is her go-to card. No. Does this mean that they don't spend time together behind the scenes? No, it doesn't mean that. I do believe they meet up occasionally, have lunch, have dinner, have weekends, have get-together here and there that they don't share with the public. But I knew the moment that she was going to support Michelle on her Broadway show because she was getting negative press. And that's what she does when she's getting negative press. But whenever Michelle is on a talk show, if Michelle should even call her, she would not say, hey, oh, you're on that talk show. Okay. So hi everyone. Okay. Gotta run. Beyonce would not even do Michelle that favor. She supports Michelle to support herself. That's what she does. And I'm happy that someone else called it out and said Beyonce only showed up to that show for herself. Not so much. She did show up because it was a very memorable moment, and it's going to be a memorable moment in history. And let's keep it real. She does pay homage to legends and icons in the industry. But a part of that was also for Beyonce's own personal gain to say she was amongst the legends. And she took photos with everyone besides Brandy. because of their difference in the past. She could not say, you know what, it's just a photograph. Let me hang out on the wing. I don't have to be, no, because her husband doesn't permit any competition. Beyonce can hardly ever be in a photograph with anyone that is seen as a competition. And that's how she and her hubby. So that's just how Jay-Z and Beyonce rolls. But, she didn't just show up at that show to support those girls. She also showed up at that show to remind us all that she too is a legend amongst the legends. And is that a bad thing? Not necessarily. She didn't do any harm. She used it as a PR moment. And that's what most of these celebrities do. They show up and once they know that something is trending, once they know it's a popular discussion, once they know that it's capturing the spotlight and the limelight, they insert themselves and they do it and they make it look good. They make it seem as though they're coming from a genuine place, when in reality, it's just all for own personal gains. That's what Beyonce did. That's what she did. She went a few nights, so it means that she has to have some lightness for the girls, right? I believe that her not just showing up one night is her basically showing respect to the craft, respect to those two girls. But at the same time, while she's doing that, she's also doing herself a favor. She has to be a part of that monumental moment in history. She is making it known that she is a part of this moment in history, and she wasn't going to miss out on that for nothing. And she intentionally did not just show up one night. She intentionally made sure that the world knew that she was there, and she was there to support. But she was there not to only support Brandy and Monica, she was also there to ensure that we would remember that she was there. Bottom line, she was there. But anywho, guys, that's just my 2 cents and all of that. Let me know what's your take, what's your opinion, providing you have one. You can leave your comment below. And while you're at it, do all you need to on this video to support your girl. Peace.